Fourth graders, today we're starting a brand new module. This is quite a short one, so it'll probably take us maybe 2 or 3 weeks to get through it, okay? It's module 6, lesson 1. And today what we're doing is we're going to be talking about metric measurements, and we'll talk more about what that means. But we're going to be using metric measurements to help demonstrate and show us how a whole number amount can be decomposed or broken up into tenths. Today's learning goal says that we're going to use metric measurements, okay? I want to remind you that in the United States of America, where we live, we have 2 different kinds of measurements we use to measure the same thing. 2 systems. Why do we have 2 systems? I don't know, but we do, okay? There's one system called the customary units. That's like inches, feet, things like that, okay? We're not talking about that right now. Today we're talking about the metric system, which is the same system that's used across the entire world. Countries like India, China, Japan, etc., they all use the metric system, okay? So that's what we're talking about today. In the metric units, there are 3 different things that we typically measure. One is length. Length is the same as distance, like how far is it from me to Garrett, or how far is it from this corner of the table to this corner of the table. If we were measuring length or distance, we use one kind of basic unit. Mr. Hodges, also in the problem of the day, also used this basic unit to measure length of fabric. What was the basic unit that's used to measure length? Eilette. Good. You're going to be creating a chart in your notebook that looks like this, so you might want to turn it the other way so that you have, so right down the middle, you're going to write length is meter, okay? We can also use different kinds of metric units to measure how heavy something is, like how much this water bottle weighs, or how much I weigh, or how much a dog weighs. What is the basic unit? And we use it in science, for example, to measure how heavy something is. Kasha? Kilograms is related to it, but kilograms is a modification of the basic unit. The basic unit is, Avani? Grams. Good. You'll notice Kashyap said kilograms, which we're going to get to, okay? We can also measure how much space something takes up, or how much of volume something can hold. Like this water bottle can hold a certain amount of water, and this water bottle can hold a different certain amount of water. We use liters to measure capacity, or how much space something takes up. Okay, so these are the 3 basic units. Now, what's nice about the metric system is that it follows place value rules. You'll notice we have ones, and then to get bigger, we have tens, hundreds, thousands. This is just like place value. This is a place value chart, isn't it? And then we can also make them smaller. We can measure less than 1 meter by having a tenth of a meter, a hundredth of a meter, etc. Okay? So in the metric system, we can use prefixes to modify how big a unit is. Earlier when Kashyap said kilogram, do you guys hear the word gram in kilogram? What's the prefix? Kilo. Yeah. And kilo, if you add kilo to something, it actually means it's 1,000 times bigger. Okay? So if I say I have a kilometer, how many meters is that? 1,000. If I say I have a kilogram, like what Kashyap said, how many grams is that? 1,000. Okay? We can also talk about what's smaller. If we talk about centimeter is 100 times smaller than a meter. Does that make sense? Or if I have a actually, hold on. Millimeter is 1,000 times smaller than a meter. How many times smaller is a millimeter compared to a centimeter? Think about the place value chart. How much smaller is a millimeter compared to a centimeter? Sanvi? 10 times, because we can see that, okay? So here, if I zoom in, you can see the directions say to shade the first 4 units of the tape diagram, okay? You can see that we have 0 to 1, and it's been divided into 10 equal units. So if I shade in the first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be these 4 right here. And it says count by tenths to label the number line using a fraction and a decimal. So if each one is 1/10, this would be 1/10. Oops, let me change it to a pen. But using a decimal, this part would be 0.2. or 2/10. This would be 0.3 or 3/10. And this would be 0.4 or 4/10. You see how I can use, just like I was telling the 5th graders, you can use a decimal and a fraction to express the same amount, which is the first 4. Because I've shaded in the first 4, the decimal that represents the shaded part is 0.4, because you can see that on the number line, 0.4 is where the shading ends. Does that make sense? So read each part. It says count by tens to label the number line using a fraction and a decimal for each point. I just did that, right? Well, actually, you have to keep going. 0.5, each point meaning each of these lines. Okay, so this would be, what would I write here for the next one using decimals?
0.6.
How do I write it using fractions?
6/10.
What's next for decimals?
0.7.
What's next for fractions?
7/10.
What's next for decimals?
0.8.
What's next for fractions?
8/10.
And then?
0.9.
And?
9/10.
Good. And then it says to circle the decimal that represents the shaded part. So that's why I circled 0.4. Okay, pretty simple. By the way, what units were we using before if we were having a number line going from one point to another point? Was that measuring length, distance, how heavy something is or mass, or was it measuring how much space something can fill? Everyone? Length. So what metric unit do we use to measure length? Meters. Good. Now here we're measuring how much water can fit inside a water bottle. So is this length, mass, or capacity? Everyone? So what units do we use to measure capacity? Liters. Good. So we can see it says to write the total amount of water in fraction form and in decimal form. Then shade the last bottle to show the correct amount. So how much water is there in this first water bottle? Well, we know that up to right here is 0.5. Is there more or less than 0.5? Okay, up to here would be 0.6, and this is 0.7. So it's 0.7 liters. How do I write 0.7 liters as a fraction? Zara? 7/10 liters. Good. Together with your partner, I want you to draw in your notebook just a rough sketch of this next one. Take a look. Just draw. You can draw a rectangle. It doesn't have to be a water bottle, right? And draw and shade in how much water there is, and then try your best to write it as a fraction and as a decimal. Not only are we learning and practicing reading number lines and amounts, we're also practicing writing a decimal as a fraction and also a fraction as a decimal. Okay. The last one, it tells us that there are 0.3 liters of water in this water bottle. How can I write 0.3 as a fraction, since we're practicing writing fractions as decimals and decimals as fractions? Sachi. 3/10. Good. Now, if I know that right here is 0.5, then I know this is 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3. So I want to color up to here to show that that's 0.3 liters of water.